welcome to Weekend Brunch with Weekend Gabe, holding you down on these internets during the weekend. I'm hoping that everyone has had a great New Year's. We're back at it. Weekend at Games will return on February 15th for all those folks who attended episode 100 over at The Point a couple weeks ago. We are on a bit of a hiatus, Sam and I, so we're bringing back Weekend Brunch so that we can stay busy, keep talking to great artists here in Chicago and across the country. So we are back at it. Don't forget to follow us on these socials at WeekendGabe, at Weekend at Games, and The Real Sam Crane. He is currently in LA and not having to deal with this shit weather that Chicago has been experiencing. So I'm a little bit and a lot jealous of Sam right now. So I can't wait till he gets back and we can get Weekend at Games up and running again. But shout out to all the supporters and everyone who came out to Weekend at Games. It was a really fun evening of great music. Pugs Adams, Rich Robbins, Shigo Turbo. Who else did we have? LaSalle Grandjour. And we also had Odd Couple who did an amazing set. Head over to Weekend at Games on Instagram. We're going to be posting more videos and more official photos from the night in case you didn't make it out. And maybe for episode 150, we'll do something over the summer. Keep your eyes peeled for that. But we got a great show tonight. We're going to be talking with one of my favorite MCs from Chicago. I spoke with him when his last album dropped, Overdue, a few years ago when I was over at Loyola. He came up early as hell on a Sunday morning, one of the few artists to actually come up to the station on the Sunday morning and chatted up with me. So I'm really excited to have him back. Shy Native entertainment recording artist Mike Logik, a Des Plaines, Illinois native who has been recording music for nearly 20 years and who just recently dropped his new album, As I Was Saying. And as I was saying, I'm glad to introduce and reintroduce to the show, Weekend Brunch, Mike Logik, man. How are you?
Hey, what's going on, man? Thanks for having me. I should have poured up my Bloody Mary because, it's Weekend Brunch, but happy to talk with you again. It's been a minute.
Exactly. Well, we did run into each other last week at the Griffin album listening party, which was really fascinating.
Yeah, you probably heard like 3 things that I said. We had a 20-minute conversation, but the music's so loud. You probably caught like 3 words that I said.
Exactly.
It was a great time. It was a great time.
No, it was absolutely great. He definitely outdid my party by having the free food and the free beer, which I did not have at my event. They were really good.
Hennessy wings. Never had Hennessy wings before. We'll have them again. Those were excellent.
Listen, I wore this sweater to that event, and I had nothing but sauce. I had to use Shout and all kinds of different detergents to get that out because that's how good it was. It was all over. It was dripped all over my sweater. So
yeah, it was excellent.
That was a great night. But I'm glad you're back for Weekend Brunch. This is our 3rd episode of Weekend at Brunch since we started this. So I'm hoping to get more episodes in to cover the weekends. But Mike, you're an MC's MC. You have a digestible flow and cadence that's both relatable and enjoyable. The new record that's out there, As I Was Saying, it's 3 years removed, I think, from the last record, Overdue, which was about 11 years removed from your last recording record. I think it was 2007 when you're with Division 1. So are the fires and the flames white hot right now for creativity and creating music for you right now? Or do you feel like you're getting into a sense of a rhythm of creating music? Or has just the pandemic, because of everything slowed down, given you that room to record?
No, I definitely think the fires are still being stoked. I'm definitely working on new music, so we're keeping it going. I went from 11 to 3 for
right
time of album completion, so I think I'm getting a little faster with the process. I had the Shy Native group collaborative project out in 2020, so I've been working. We're doing shows. We're hosting a radio show every week. I'm around music constantly, so I think a combination of that is making it easier for me to get that pen moving and keeping me inspired. And we got a lot of things in the works, so still having fun with it. I think I've told you before, when I stop having fun with it, that's when I'm done.
Yeah, exactly. One of the things I read is that what keeps you motivated or that lets you know that you're putting out good product is the response from your son. And so if he likes something, you know that you're in a good place. And so he's a little bit older, so obviously he's listening to music of today. So his critique is probably means a lot because it's keeping his attention.
Yeah, he's 23, but when he gives me the fire emojis, I know that I have done well because I'm not trying to appeal to a certain demographic. I would like to appeal to the young folks, the
Sure.
middle-aged folks, and the older folks. I just want everybody to enjoy the music. That might not be possible, but that's the goal. That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
And when he
Is
gives me the affirmation, like, "Great job, dad," I appreciate it.
So I recently did a TikTok of trying to do dad raps, and my kids are not on board with any of my dad raps. So
When I
they're not feeling any of it. My oldest son, who's 12, he just wishes I would stop, which makes me want to do it more, uh, because I just know how much he hates it.
It can only get better. I think I remember I remember someone telling you, "Hey, don't rap. Don't not everyone needs to rap, don't rap."
That's funny. That's every rapper that I've asked to like, hey, can I get on your record? And you're like, no, Gabe. We Griffin, one of them. He will tell you that he's tried to stop me to rap. He's like, don't. You're not gonna rap tonight.
That's who I was talking
No.
Shout out Griff.
But yeah, but how much? How important is it? Because that him being older, and so he's able to relate to these records. But how important is it for you to have his respect of the craft? Because you've been doing this for a long time, so it's not like you're doing this out of some sort of necessity to stay relevant. You're doing this out of passion and drive. And so, like, how important is it that for him to respect what you do?
He doesn't have to respect the
Hmm,
craft. The fact that he does means a lot because he gets to see the behind the scenes stuff, all the highs, the lows, the frustration, the jubilance, whatever it is, stuff other people can't see. So he's there. He sees what's going on, behind the curtain. So he understands that this means a lot to me. So when he gives me the thumbs up or the pat on the back, I feel a sense of accomplishment, especially because it's coming from my son. It's coming from a family member, someone that I love deeply. So
sure.
it means a little bit more coming from Jordan.
Yeah. Does he have any rapping aspirations, or he's like, nah, that's not me?
Look, me and his uncle been wrapping around him since he was 7 or 8.
Right.
He's never wanted to pick up the pen, at least that he did show me one time, I was, getting frustrated writing a verse. He was probably, like, 16 at the time. He's like, "Hold up, dad, let me show you how to do this." He goes in his room, comes back out 5 minutes later, he's got a 16 just to show me how to. That was a funny moment, but, yeah, he's just a fan of music. He's not a musician.
Yeah.
It's not what he wants to do. He's a football player. He's still
Nice.
he's still working on playing professional football, so, he graduated from Roosevelt University. His senior year, he was all conference offensive lineman, so very proud of Jordan.
Fantastic. Well, good luck to him. I hope that he finds his way into the league. That'd be fantastic. The album, the new album, hits on a lot of different topics. As I was saying, there's a lot of conversation around social justice, discrimination, police violence, relationships, and mental health. The latest video, Solo, tackles the battle of depression, especially during the pandemic. And you have this very great sort of like interlude in the beginning of the video that talks a little bit about some of the back pain that you experienced. But talk about like during the last couple of years, how have you been able to keep your both your mental and your physical strength strong during this time?
So I had surgery, last November of 2020, November of 2020, November 16th, 2020. Very tough time in my life. You're always worried about how you're gonna feel physically, and you don't think about the mental aspect because it will get you if you let it, and it sure did. And
Right.
I was just feeling this dark cloud over me everywhere I went. Nothing in the world was right. I knew exactly what depression felt like. Like I've been depressed before, but I was at an all-time low. Not suicidal, but whatever the tier is below suicidal, I was that. I was not pleasant to be around. I wasn't writing. I just wanted to sleep all day. Back pain, you might already know, back pain is very debilitating, and
Oh yeah, absolutely.
especially like when everybody who knows me knows I love playing basketball. Haven't been able to do it. It's one of the joys I really have, other than hip hop and being with my family and friends. And man, just a very dark time in my life, and I feel very empathetic for anybody who's had to go through that. Mental health is a very big it's a very big topic as far as what I would advocate for. Definitely make sure your mental is in check.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very important to me.
I had this incredible, not to your extent, but maybe 5, 7 years ago, this unbelievable pain in my back where I couldn't move, I couldn't bend down, I couldn't do anything. And I have a wonderful chiropractor who took care of me. But for about 2 days, I was just in unbelievable pain. So I can't imagine sort of a long term experience of that and how it just takes away your day to day experience of living, where you're bedridden or you're just fatigued and nothing's
Yeah,
inspiring
it's
you
not fun
to.
at all.
Yeah. So when did you begin to start working on this record? Take me into the timeline of when you started putting records together that ended up becoming this new album.
So I think for this album, I talk to Castaway a lot. Castaway he's a brother to me.
Castaway's amazing.
Talk to him all the time. He was working with Cricket Boy. I was really digging Cricket
Yes.
Boy's sound. I had no idea that I was gonna start doing records with Cricket Boy, but Castaway's like, "Yo, I want you to listen to these beats." So he started sending me beats. I think the first record I wrote, other than Dreams, because Dreams produced by Max Julian, that was done as it was gonna be a Lucy, but it caught a little bit of steam, and that ended up being one of the songs that was played on DJ Premier's radio show. So
Yeah,
it had to
headquarters.
it had to go on the album because it was just such a banging song. But the first song I actually think I wrote was, as I was saying, the title track. I didn't know it was the title track at the time. I just wrote the verses, whatever I was feeling. And then the beat for solo, I heard that. And I swear I wanted to cry when I heard it. And I just started writing whatever I was feeling. And that's how that song solo came about. It was like
Yeah.
3 months after I was removed from surgery that that I wrote solo. So you can imagine like how I was feeling up until that point after surgery.
Right. Yeah, no, and I think that maybe there was Castaway because he had his own physical health situation as well.
Yeah,
If you've been following his story as well,
yeah,
what
we
was
talk we
he?
talk almost daily.
Yeah. So what was he like? A supportive mechanism for you while you're going through your recovery?
Yeah, he was definitely, very supportive, checking in on me all the time. Like I said, to me, Castaway's a brother, and,
Sure.
with him going through whatever he's going through, we both could lean on each other for advice, support, um, just shoot the ish. Because sometimes it just feels good to talk to somebody, and Castaway is definitely one of those people that, I
Yeah.
will reach out to when I need to talk to somebody. So,
Absolutely. No, I love Castaway. He's amazing. He appears on the record on It Seems So Simple,
mhm.
but you also have a lot of great features from artists who have appeared on Weekend at Gabe's. We've had Words, we've had I Am God, we've had Castaway on the album. So, why did you decide to? I imagine with Words because you guys are on the Shy Native community together,
Yeah.
but like when you're picking out artists that you wanted to work with, why choose some of those intentionally?
So pretty much, speaking of family, Words is another brother of mine. Pretty much everybody on this album's family. Even Doc Watson, been knowing Doc Watson for years. He's basically crew. Um, Willow Wells, she's on the title track, as I was saying. Uh, she's a part of Green Lights Music. Willow's a very dope artist. I knew I wanted to do something with her for my album because I've worked with her in the past on their albums. So I wanted to get her on my song, and it's always a blast working with Greenlight's music and Willow. Crystal Scarlett, she is a UK artist that we got one of her submissions through Shy Native Radio, started building with her, and eventually, we decided we wanted to do a song together. I had no idea. She has more of I guess her flavor would be more pop.
Sure.
I think she's still growing as an artist, but I wanted to see how versatile she could be as an artist. So I picked more of a hip hop R&B type of track, and I think she did a fabulous job on No More.
Right.
I am God. I am God. I'm God.
All right.
He's one of the best rappers around. One of the best MCs around. I definitely wanted to work with him. Just an excellent dude. Love everything he's doing. Love that he got to be on this album. It was needed in my opinion. Ronesh is I've known since 3rd grade.
Sure.
He produced all of Overdue pretty much. See, I don't think I'm leaving anybody off here. Ideal.
Yeah. I mean, that's family again.
I did that on purpose. So when he sees that, he's like, "Oh, no." I see Ideal every day. I see him daily. Talk to him daily.
Right.
He's my big brother. He definitely treats me like it too. He doesn't let me get away with nothing. He gives me guff all the time. We do the show on Tuesday, Shy Native Radio with Emcee, and yeah, man. Basically, the album is a family affair. Other than I Am God, who I've gotten familiar with over the past few years, and Crystal, who I've built a relationship with through Shy Native Radio. So,
right.
I like doing features with other people. Not everybody wants to have an album loaded with features, but I think it's really cool when you can invite someone into your creative space and see what you guys come up with. And when you put the 2 heads together or the 3 heads together, it's kind of crazy what you can come up with because someone will give you an idea that you didn't have before, and it will just enhance the song sometimes. And
yeah, absolutely.
That's why I like doing features.
So you're mentioning Ronesh, like 8094 is one of my favorite records off the album, by the way. Because if you driven south on 94, it's like you should just automatically be able to do 80. Especially if you jump in the express lane to 57, forget about it.
Yeah, I had people tell me or ask me, when are you doing 80 on the 94? I'm like, usually late at night, when I'm cruising around.
Yeah, exactly.
Not during bumper to bumper traffic.
No, not at all. But having Ronesh, because he carried a lot of the production, if not all the production, on the last record, Overdue. And like you were saying, like Cricket Boy, I imagine he picked up a lot of the production credit for this record. But having Ronesh as a feature to fill out the record as well, how important was it to have him part of this next album?
I want Ronesh involved in any type of project that I do. He also produced Whiskey on the Rocks. He likes rapping over other people's beats as long as they're good. He heard the 80 on the 94 beat that's by the Kid Goron or that Kid Goron. And he's like, yeah, I want to be on that. So I presented him the chorus and he was locked in after that. He sent me a verse pretty quickly. So
nice.
Yeah, I mean, it's a blessing every time I get to do something with him, whether it be rapping over somebody else's beats. I did a song with him and D Lanham for their project. He produced the whole project by D Lanham. That's another artist you guys should listen to if you haven't. But gotten familiar with, you should. But yeah, man, it's always a fun time with bro.
I wanted to talk a little bit about No More because this is like because this is like the album. That's the song that I think anyone who's been in a long-term relationship or married,
that's what
like.
It's called.
It's just like you're just like, listen, I don't want to deal with the bullshit tonight. Can we just like enjoy this dinner? Can we just like put that over here for right now and just enjoy the moment?
Yeah.
So you've been married for I think you said like nearly 20 years.
Yeah, I've been with my lady for 16 years. Yes.
Yeah, and
it's a long time.
No, same thing. My wife and I have been. This year will mark 19 years together and 10 married.
Congrats.
So we're nearly 20 years. So I when those the opening lines, I was like, yep, I know this story.
Damn, you know me again.
Also,
I'm tripping, but I know you got your reasons.
I was like, I don't have the problem with like people sliding into my DMs. I'm just not. I just don't do it like that for the ladies. But the other bullshit, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Now, there's a lot of truth to that song. There's some that just for effects, but
Sure.
yeah, it's meant for people who've been in long-term relationships, and it was definitely the one song on the album I was most nervous about. Like, how are people going to take this? And it's gotten a really, it's gotten a really good response. It's even landed on playlists. So, um, if you like you said, if you've been in a long-term relationship, you go through your trials and tribulations and your ups and downs, and things aren't always rosy. And just some days you want to be like, shut up. Can we just chill? Can we just drink this whatever we're drinking, listen to this music, or watch whatever we're watching, and just chill and enjoy each other's company? And it seems like a lot of people can relate to it. So now I have fun doing the track, and Crystal, man, I think she just continues to get better as an artist, and it's awesome to work with her too.
So I have to ask, what was your wife's reaction to the record? Because I'm pretty sure she's like, I don't
Oh,
do that shit.
oh, I played it for her at the studio. I played it for her at the studio, and her initial reaction was like, she looked up at me. She's like, "Oh, we're gonna talk about this later. We're gonna talk about this later." Because I've messed up. I've said things that I shouldn't do, or done things I shouldn't done to a certain point, and
Sure.
it was kind of me saying sorry in a way, but also it's just like, yo, doesn't matter who's wrong, who's right. Let's just forget about it, because it really doesn't matter at the end of the day. We're together, so just enjoy the time we have with each other, because who knows how long it will be.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. I think every person, whatever role they play in a relationship, has been in the doghouse or said some things that
Yeah,
they wish they can immediately take back.
all the
So
time, all the time.
exactly. Some of the things you do outside of being a great MC and performer is like you're a huge sports enthusiast.
Oh, yeah.
We're watching the Packers 49ers game at the Griffin listening party, and we're then end up getting into some basketball later into the evening. But you yourself were mentioning just a moment ago that you love playing basketball, and then you guys were also hosting a sports show, and along with your work with Shy Native Radio.
Yeah.
Talk a little, like, do you have ambitions to be a sports commentator? Like, to get into that takes on what's happening in the world of sports, or do you just kind of do this for funsies because it's just something that you enjoy doing?
So right now, when I'm talking about basketball, it's for fun. It's just for the love of the game. But yes, I would love to be paid to talk about basketball. It would be excellent, and I would be excellent at it. So anybody out there listening, you need a commentator for the NBA, I am your guy, Mike Logic. But
What?
I applied to a radio stations. I forget what the radio station was. It was a serious radio gig. Ideal actually sent it to me. He's like, "Hey man, you got a lot of experience on the radio now. You got a great personality. Give this a try. See what happens." I haven't heard back from him, but it's only one submission. It's only one application that I filled out. So I might give it another go. But I did put together a little radio
Demo or
highlight clip for them. Yeah, I did it right.
air check? That's what you call it, air check.
But it was for a rock station. So maybe me being a hip hop artist might have turned them away a little bit. But I mean, I just listened to this personality. How would you not want this on your airwaves?
Exactly.
It's
No,
whatever.
you got a great voice, performing and also just talking in general. So I mean, I think there's an outlet out there if you could ever find yourself, in a position to do such.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. So what is the so I know that you guys do the Shy Native Radio every Tuesday night. Is that correct?
Every Tuesday at 9, you can catch it on Shy Native Entertainment on Facebook, Ideal Raps on YouTube, or Shy Native Radio on Twitter. Those are the three ways you can catch it live. And I also do put a podcast together for it and throw it up on Spotify. Usually every Thursday. So probably when I get done with this show next week, probably be 2 days before I put the next episode up because we do it on Tuesday.
What kind of because I imagine you guys aren't particularly picky about what you receive from artists. So what are some highlights from artists who have submitted their records and you're like, oh wow, this is like you said when Crystal sent her work, but like is that how many enjoyable moments are there than there are like wow, this is not great. Because when I used to when I was interning at Vocalo years ago, we used to go through the music submissions, and there was a lot of bad stuff. So, but when you find that good record, you're like, oh, this is really great.
So we don't like to play music to talk badly about the person who.
No, I'm not implying that you guys trash your submission.
Yeah. So we like to play things that at least sound halfway decent to us, and I would say definitely more decent to very good than bad submissions. We do get some bad, like terrible, absolutely horrible, recorded in the closet, not rapping on beat. Might have been might have lost a bet to somebody and has never rapped before. Like we get those type of submissions. Like here, I never rapped before, but here, let me turn on my phone and I'm gonna try this out. And we get those type of submissions.
Right.
But the email is open to everybody. So we don't try to discourage. We just say send your hottest music. And we pick the best. And man, we've played some underground legends, especially as of late, talking about like King Crooked, Ritz, Thurston Howe. Like we're getting heavy hitters. And
so they're winding up in your inbox for radio
it's usually going to be features, people that they're featured with.
Sure.
Their features have tons of followers, so it's a lot of fun seeing what we get every week. And of course, there's the local element. We love playing local hip hop.
So there's a chance that I could be on the radio. Is that what you're saying?
Okay. Yeah. Anything is possible in this world. You just got to put your mind to it and be halfway decent at it.
Listen, I'm gonna get a slot A beat. I'm gonna get Griffin to write my rap, and then I'm gonna be great. It's gonna be all good. That's all I need.
Sounds like you'll make the cut then.
Yeah, I really want them to make me like the MTV show. I want to be made, so I can be on Shy Native Radio. But you were mentioning a minute ago that like one of your records landed in DJ Premier's show on Sirius. How exciting was that?
Like a kid at Christmas. Max Julian, who the producer is of the song, he's had plenty of his songs that he's produced played on those shows. So it was the DJ Premier show and the DJ Eclipse show that it got played on. And I lit up as soon as he told me the news. DJ Premier he is a hip hop producing god. He might be the greatest of all time. So for him to have my song played on his show, like that meant an extreme amount to me.
Absolutely. Yeah, not everyone gets on those shows, so you obviously meet a quality threshold that they respect.
Yeah. When one of the goats is saying your song is good enough to be played on here, that tells me that I'm doing something halfway decent.
No, you are absolutely doing it right. Trust me when I tell you, the new record is amazing. You guys are going to be performing in February, right? Should tell us about the show day that's coming up.
So I got a bunch of shows coming up. I'll get to the most recent. February 5th, we have the OE Live. It's a private event, and you can get your tickets off idealraps.com. Go to the store section. You can purchase them there. They're $40, but you'll see what you get with those with that $40, and it's going to be a lot
of good. There's a lot of good stuff that you're going to get for that $40.
Yeah, so that $40 is going to be worth it. It's going to stretch. We got AM Early Morning, who we're teaming up with for this. Jay Wade, Safi G, Hirsch the Nubian, Young Vet, myself, Ideal, DJ Sitica. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then I'll be performing February 8th at the Subterranean for the 606 Tuesday nights. I got my buddy from out of town. He's from Georgia. His name's Quanstar, very dope artist. We've played him on Shy Native Radio. That's actually where we met. So you can see the connections that are being made through this radio show. But yeah, that's February 8th. And then we're going to be at the Golden Dagger, myself and Ideal, with Green Lights, Bob Rock, Fury. Very excited. Never performed at the Golden Dagger. I saw that it was in the reader, it was voted best music venue, or one of the best music venues. So very excited about that. Make sure you guys bring your Vax card. It is what it is.
Yep. If anything, we learned from episode 100 at the point, bring your Vax card and ID with you, just in case. They do check both, and the city most places are pretty stringent.
Until further notice.
Exactly. Yeah, shout to Fury. I love Fury, by the way. So I know she's an incredible performer and artist. So that's going to be a great lineup. Where you said that for the February 5th, they can head over to Ideal Raps, and the other, if they don't catch you on the 5th, how can they find tickets to the 606?
Sub-T is free. The Golden Dagger show, I believe tickets are $12. You can go to thegoldendagger.com and get more info that way, or you could just show up and pay $12. And then the other thing we're doing, I don't know if I mentioned to you, we're doing our own shows on the third we're trying for the third Thursday of every month. It's called Shy Native Nights. We had our first one on the 20th, and actually Fury showed up. So shout out Fury. I had no idea Fury was coming, and that meant a lot that she was there. But this is something we're doing. This is a local event. If any artists out there is watching this and might want to be a part of one of our upcoming events, just send an email to shynativeradio@gmail.com. We will listen to what you got, and we'll see if you make the grade.
All right. I'm writing it down right now, and you guys will hear from me soon. I think I'm playing. I'm gonna get this record
alive, man. Keep hope alive.
I'm gonna get this record off in 2022. Maybe I just get Castaway to write my verse, and then I'll be gold. Maybe Griffin might not be so helpful.
Castaway's very busy too. He's a very busy man. He's got plenty of music to write.
He can find time for me. All right, so head over to idealraps.com. You can find the artist page for Mike Logik, as well as the other Shy Native entertainment recording artists as well, and get in tune to get tickets to that February 5th show that's going down. Mike, man, thank you so much for joining us. The new record is out right now, as I was saying, on all digital streaming platforms. It's a pleasure talking with you as always. I'm always inspired by the records that you're recording. Like you said, that I think it was an interview you did, like these are quality records that you want people to re-listen to. And I love the messaging. I love the videos. I love pretty much the entire album and the energy that's behind it. So keep doing what you're doing. I appreciate it so much.
Thank you. And that in itself is inspiring to me. So I appreciate it. Everybody out there, you can follow me on at Mike Logik, MICLOGIK on all socials. Much love, Gabe. Thank you. It's always a pleasure talking with you, my man.
I appreciate it. That's Mike Logik here on Weekend Brunch. We're going to hit a quick break, and then we're going to be back with Fully Cully right here on Weekend Brunch with WeekendGabe.